Well, folks, just like I explained to you guys in the last After Hours that I did a few days ago, Andrew Tate, it looks like, has been banned now from TikTok as well as YouTube. And the TikTok ban in particular is just as invasive as I predicted it would be just a few days ago. I told you guys that the way that Andrew Tate grew his platform by encouraging his followers and subscribers of Hustlers University to, spam his clips everywhere on YouTube Shorts and TikTok. I told you guys that these social media platforms would be wise as to how this guy blew up and would try to prevent it from happening to anybody else in the future. They did this to Alex Jones. Now they're doing it to Andrew Tate. Now Andrew Tate is what's deemed by social media companies as too far and too extreme, which is certainly up for debate. I don't really think the guy is that bad to the point where he needs to get banned from anything. But to be fair, I don't really think anybody should be banned from anything, regardless of their moral character. Andrew Tate has been permanently suspended by TikTok. TikTok has advised they're also looking to remove duplicate videos of Tate. The move follows in the footsteps of Instagram and Facebook, also banning him from their platform. Isn't it wild that we live in a world where a guy can get banned from like 7 different apps at the same time? You know what I mean? Like, not just one. He got banned from Twitter in 2017. Now he's getting banned from everything else immediately, like, consecutively in like the same weekend. It's insane. Also, his YouTube channel, Tate's Speech, was just removed. Now, I didn't know Andrew Tate actually had a YouTube channel that he owned, but looking at his website here, you can see that he links it in the War Room. You can see this YouTube channel is no longer available because the YouTube account associated with the video has been terminated. Media was falsely reporting that Hustlers University got shut down. I looked into it on his website. He's actually launching his 3.0 version of the program, and it's actually coming out within minutes. It's probably going to be out by the time this video is already posted. So Hustlers University is still going to continue, but I'm sure, given how much social media companies are going after this guy, they're going to look into taking out whatever way he runs this program. I know he uses like Discord and stuff like this, right? I would be worried if I was Tate. I'd be looking into alternative ways to host this program. The point is that companies are done with Andrew Tate, and they're likely going to move on to other people next. Just think about, I don't even want to name names because I don't want to give them any ideas. Even though I have no influence or say in what these companies and what big tech decides to do, I don't even want to dry snitch on anybody by accident. But I mean, just use your head, right? Think about some of the people that have grown in similar ways that Andrew Tate has grown, and think about the nature of their content. You know what I mean? If companies are deciding that Tate is the line, then plenty of other people who are, right behind them are probably going to be axed immediately after Tate. And, well, the internet's going to go back to what it was before, just boring, controlled content, safe content that nobody like us are really interested in. I'm going to play you guys a clip of me talking about Tate's ban from 3 days ago. Although the clip is now technically outdated, everything I said in the video is exactly what's now happening, and I think that my commentary back then is, kind of interesting to listen back to, given recent events. Obviously, I'm not defending Tate 100%. The guy seems sketchy. It seems like he's got a lot of skeletons in his closet, and the moral character of Andrew Tate seems to be pretty poor, but I don't care. That's the point, right? Like social media isn't just for good people to exist and bad people to go. I mean, the worst people you can think of are the guys that are at the top, right? So, no, I don't think Andrew Tate should be banned. And I think that the way that he is getting banned right now is even more dangerous than previous bans like Alex Jones or any, insert controversial, usually right-wing figure here. I think this ban with Andrew Tate is actually almost worse because of how they're doing it, especially how TikTok's doing it. Banning clips of the guy. I mean, every website is just going to become Twitch now. But anyway, I'm going to roll the clip and take a listen here. Listen, all right, I have complicated thoughts on Andrew Tate. It's not what you think. We are going to go into Andrew Tate, okay? To be fair, those are allegations as far as I'm aware of. I looked into the Andrew Tate stuff earlier today. I've looked into it for a while. Andrew Tate, and we'll get into him later, but he is he's an interesting person. Everybody keeps saying that he just blew up out of nowhere in like the last 2 months or something. No, actually, Andrew Tate's been around for years. Apparently he's been on all these shows that I've watched years ago or something. And he has a very, very long and complicated history. And his ban I find to be very interesting because, like I was talking about before, when it comes to people like Leafy or Alex Jones or Nick Fuentes getting banned, or even Donald Trump, it's very deliberate when these people get banned. They just nuke the accounts and just, all right, they're gone. Andrew Tate doesn't have accounts, at least not on YouTube or on TikTok or on Twitch or on any of these video sharing platforms. He got banned from Instagram and Facebook, but is social media going to step in and now ban Andrew Tate clips from going viral? You know, because typically when somebody gets banned, they're still allowed to go on other people's shows, right? You know, Leafy can still go on Drama Alert. Nick Fuentes can still go on Sneeko. Alex Jones can still go on, you know, Joe Rogan and all these other shows and stuff like this, right? I'm wondering now if, because of Andrew Tate's ban, if social media is going to strengthen, if they're going to go full Twitch and be like, all right, if you're banned from the platform, you can't even, clips can't go live, you can't even go on people's shows anymore, because that's what I'm worried about, and that's what I was kind of talking about there. We'll get into Andrew Tate in more detail later on. I don't necessarily think he's the #1 guy worth defending or whatever. That being said, a lot of his stuff is allegations. But I do think that his ban has much stronger implications for the platform. And we talked about this for years, by the way. Back in 2019, I did a segment on my show talking about how social media, especially YouTube, is like Twitch is just the testing grounds here. Other social media websites are going to become like Twitch, basically. And when somebody gets banned, that's going to be it, period. No more going on people's shows. No more clips being allowed to circulate, which is going to be a big problem if that's the case. So that's more where I come in with the whole Andrew Tate thing. Called Tate? Yeah, let's set him up, dude.
Thirsty or dehydrated. I have this thing where if I ever find myself thirsty and dehydrated, what I do is I drink the whole bottle at once. And the reason I do this is to rehydrate myself, because the reason I'm thirsty is because I'm dehydrated. If you're thirsty...
Wow. Oh my god. Holy shit.
It's amazing, and it's amazing stuff. So, our Lord and Savior, Daddy Andrew Tate, has been taken off of Instagram and Facebook, as well as Twitter today, too. And like I was saying before, this ban is different because they basically struck the only platforms that he has. If you don't know Andrew Tate, first of all, he's one of these manosphere guys who talks about women, the natural, or basically just the nature between men and women. Men are better than women, that type of stuff, right? Totally agree with him on when it comes to this question. Now, here's the deal, all right? The thing that made Andrew Tate special, or more of a threat, I guess, to the quote-unquote system, is that Andrew Tate, aside from Instagram and Facebook, didn't have his own account on Twitch or on YouTube. He was kicked off Twitter already or something. Apparently, he had a new account on Twitter. The main thing is, on the video sharing platforms, he didn't have an account. He relied on going on other people's shows and viral clips that other people post about him to get attention. And these viral clips literally made him like the next, like he's actually unironically been the #1 streamer, even though he's never streamed. Like today, he was on Aiden Ross's channel. Aiden Ross had like 120K viewers. And like they were there, like half of them I'm sure were there because he had about like 50K or something on his own after Tate went off. But when he was there, like he's like the only guy that has an audience, but not his own channel to like benefit from it basically, right? The way that he makes his money is, well, he claims hundreds of businesses. I mean, he runs like this cam whoring like studio or something in Romania. He also sells Hustlers University, which is a get-rich-quick, I guess, sort of, you know, people say it's a scam or whatever. I don't know if it's a scam. I mean, pretty much all get-rich-quick, you know, things are a scam anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised or whatever, but I don't know for sure. I have no idea what... I've never paid for Hustlers University, probably never will, or anything like that. But basically, that's the deal, right? So he described himself as unbannable. Well, he has been banned from the only platforms that he was on. And this was Meta's response. Meta's response right here. Meta said it had removed the kickboxing star from its platforms for violating its policies on dangerous organizations and individuals, but did not provide further detail. At the time of his removal from Big Brother, Mr. Tate said the video had been edited, calling it a total lie, trying to make me look bad. He's not yet commented on the Meta ban. Well, that was when this article was written earlier today. Now, he has responded, and his response is interesting, and we're going to get into it here.
Instagram a couple hours.
And what this means for the internet, because people always do this like rage bait stuff where they talk about, oh shit, the internet's falling apart, guys. I actually do think this could spell pretty disastrous and immediate consequences for the internet, depending on how nuclear they go. But who knows?
Tried to log in Instagram a couple hours ago, it wouldn't let me. I have good people in the case. I trust due process with Instagram. I'm actually quite understanding of their position. I do understand it very, very well. I'm not angry at them in any regard. It's not a big loss for me. It's not something I use too often. But I do understand their position because we're actually living in a world now where it's kind of strange. This is an unprecedented period of human history. And we have internet sensationalism, global sensationalism on a scale which has never happened before. And also we have the ability to edit things so quickly, right? So you can say something on a stream and they can remove all context, or you can say something and they can change the tone of your voice.
Yeah.
I've seen it. It's already happened to me many times, yes.
All right. By the way, he's on with Aiden Ross, one of the crypto scammer guys. Open scammer, by the way. He admitted to it proudly last summer. just thought I'd remind you guys there.
Exactly. And then what they can do is they can throw that in front of a hate mob, and then internet sensationalism can take control, and people can start to believe in narratives which are false, and then people have to take some kind of action against that. So I understand all these things. I understand that with great power and great influence comes great responsibility. And I'm very understanding of the situation. I think that I'm a strongly religious man. I believe that God will prevail. The truth will prevail.
Okay, this response. He's a strongly religious man, but he runs like a cam whoring business.
Yeah, I feel like that's very contradictory.
What?
Yeah.
The one thing that's a little bit annoying, I mean, because a lot of people have been insulting me for a long time on all platforms, and that's fine. It really doesn't bother me because I'm an extremely strong person. I know that some people would be very, very uncomfortable in my position. Not many people can sleep at night with the kind of death threats I've been getting, but for me, it's been fine, right?
You're getting death threats?
Oh yeah, and this is the thing that's crazy, right?
Yeah,
so
no shit, Aiden. What do you mean? Like everybody, what?
I would get 10 to 20,000 death threats a day.
What?
Via Instagram.
Via Instagram.
And they would take no action, even if I reported them. However, they've now decided I'm the danger. And even the people who were supporting me, I was crazy, yeah. I was saying, look, if you're going to support me in public, if you're going to discuss things in comments, please do it respectfully, because hate on hate, it ain't gonna get.
I have a question.
Right?
The guys saying in the DMs that are gonna kill you. Be honest. If they saw you in person, you think they'd keep that same energy?
All right. So they go on to talk about Instagram and stuff like that. This is a strange response. Now he says he agrees with it and he understands Instagram's reason, talking about how we have global sensationalism or whatever, and so they have to act, giving like almost throwing a bone to big tech. Which is like, why would you do that? Why would you say that? You should be like 1,000,000% against this. This is like, I mean, honestly, social media censorship, it's cringe to talk about how like evil it is nowadays, because the whole like conversation that is to be had around censorship has been just fucking ruined by everybody. But it is still bad, and I'm still against it, and Tate should be against it too. Maybe he thinks he'll get his account back. I don't think so. They cited ties to criminal organizations as their reasons. And we're going to get into what that could possibly mean. I think that that reasoning for banning him is bullshit. I just think that's what they're saying as an excuse because they don't want to give the real reason, which is that he's quote unquote influencing young kids to, I guess, hate women here. This is the type of shit you're seeing people complain about on social media. And this is from Keemstar's Twitter account right now. The rise of Andrew Tate is ruining my freshman boys. Have y'all heard of a sexist, misogynistic, disgusting excuse of a human being known as Andrew Tate? Well, I promise you all your middle school and high school boys have, and they're addicted to his content. Just this week, I had to have 6 convos with families about their sons saying shit like, women are inferior to men and women belong in the kitchen. Guys, is this really like chief concern? This is how all guys like talk normally. That's what you're getting. I was expecting some wild shit like my freshman boys are threatening to like rape women at school and stuff. Stuff like that. Like, whoa. Women belong in the kitchen joke? Women are inferior to men? Yeah, average RFC fan, bruh. I don't know, man. This shit just sound. I think this is really the reason why they're clamping down on Andrew Tate here. Now we'll get into some of his criminal background because it is sketchy. And again, I don't necessarily think Andrew Tate is like 100% the man to defend because he's Andrew Tate and we need to stick up for him or whatever. He's got some shady background, some shady connections or whatever. And while he's under investigation and so far nothing is confirmed, even the details around his investigation are shady, right? And plus the stuff that he's admitted to like on the air, he has opened his mouth maybe when he shouldn't have and said some pretty fucking crazy shit. That being said, though, this ban is fucking wild because I feel like this could be the beginning of the end here. And normally, again, I don't like to do this sort of doomsday approach to this type of shit where I'm just like, the internet's falling apart, guys. It's all over. Tomorrow it's going to suck. Because it probably won't. But I do think this spells a pretty disastrous end right here. Because if you look at who the top streamers are that are blowing up, it's like Andrew Tate, IShowSpeed, Sneeko, even Gideon's blowing up. Although Gideon, I don't really think he's that cancerous or toxic at all, really. Unless you consider some of his pranks to be too far. But if you think Gideon's pranks are too far, you're probably a bitch. The point is that the way people are blowing up now has totally changed. The way that channels are blowing up now is through other people promoting them through short form content. All of these guys that I just mentioned, including Gideon, even though I don't think Gideon is toxic, they're all blowing up because of TikTok. They're blowing up because of YouTube Shorts, and they're blowing up because of clip channels. Clip channels have blown these guys up to new heights that they never probably would have reached by themselves. I'm sorry. The reason why people know about Andrew Tate, he goes on shows, they get clipped up, they get spammed everywhere. TikTok is literally just a marketing platform. That's really all it is. You go on there to sell your shit or to have shit sold to you. And so people are now abusing this. And when I say abusing, I don't mean in a bad way, but they are abusing this feature to promote themselves. So what I'm worried about is given how hard they're clamping down on Andrew, because they have been wanting to clamp down on him for like a while now. I'm starting to wonder if this is going to have a sort of trickle-down effect and have consequences for the rest of us. And maybe some of these websites are going to start instituting harsher bans, like IP bans, banning people's image instead of just their channel. They already kind of do this selectively nowadays anyway. But I feel like now they're just going to go mask off, where one day somebody's going to get banned from YouTube, and YouTube is going to be like, all right, before we let people who are banned come on other channels to talk, now we're not even going to let that happen. Because that's what Twitch does, right? And you can find old segments of me talking about this on my show in like 2019, right? Where I'm saying like, yeah, you know how cancer Twitch is? I wouldn't be surprised if the other websites start changing the rules. You know what I mean? So I don't mean to do all this like cringy doomsday shit where it's just like, the internet's gonna suck tomorrow, guys. It's gonna be horrible. I quit. You know? But I do think we should be realistic about this and look at the greater consequences right now. Because if you look at social media, look at what all the top YouTubers are talking about. You have, I looked through a bunch of the opinions, right? All of the takes that people have on Andrew Tate's ban is basically just stuff like, well, you know, he was a little misogynistic or whatever, but, you know, free speech is important, man. You know, and then you have the other side of it that's like, no, fuck this guy. He deserves to get banned or whatever. Both sides are missing the point. Well, one side I think would actually prefer, you know, what I'm saying could happen to happen. And the other side is just completely missing the point altogether. It's not just about Andrew Tate, all right? Because if this guy, regardless of whether this is the guy that you want to defend or not, look at what they're doing here. Look at how this guy grew and understand that they have a motive to stop that from happening all over the place, right? And they're absolutely 1,010% going to do it. And what can we do about it? Fucking nothing, boys. Nothing. We're all going to get fucked in the end. The internet's going to suck, and there's literally really nothing we can do about it other than just moving to another website and hoping shit works for the best, right? And streaming to a limited audience that will, you know, never having the ability to grow, never having the ability to expand or to preach to, you know, a larger group of people a message that you think is, you know, worth people listening to. You know, it's literally just going to be social media deciding, all right, you can stay, but you're going to go, and we're going to completely have a 100% control, which they already kind of do, but now they're going to go more mask off about it. And yeah, you should just be aware of this, guys. Be aware of this shit because it's about to happen. Now, that being said, I'm going to be fair here because Andrew Tate's history is it's pretty interesting. Now, this is there was an article here. Now, all these news sources about Andrew Tate are all biased as fuck. So take what they have to say with a grain of salt. That being said, there are some some interesting this is basically to give you the rundown of the allegations that are made against Andrew Tate, which are pretty fucking serious. All right, just so you know what people are talking about. Tate's treatment of women had an ugly side. In 2016, he was booted off the British version of Big Brother over a video of him hitting a woman with a belt. This March, Britain's Daily Mirror profiled him and his brother Tristan Tate and their Romania-based business, which used webcam models to trick men into sending the brothers tens of thousands of dollars. In one video on his YouTube channel, Andrew Tate said 40% of the reason he moved to Romania was because Romanian police were less likely to pursue sexual assault allegations. Now, all three of these stories, they sound bad. There is a caveat to all of them, though. For instance, in this story, the woman that he, I guess, hit with a belt, I think he's even quoted in here or whatever. He's cool with the woman or whatever, and he claims that, yeah, he says he's still great friends with the woman involved in the video. I've never hurt a girl in my life, and this is a total lie, trying to make me look bad. They're pretending I beat her up when we were just joking, and the belt made a noise but didn't hurt. They cut all the laughing. So there's that. And then when it comes to this, Andrew and Tristan's Romanian-based business about webcam models, basically what they would do is they'd bring all these girls on, and the girls would just lie to the customer base. They would lie to the men. They would tell the men that they're sick and need money. They would tell the men that they were interested in meeting up with them and having a relationship. They would say anything they could to the customer base that would then, the simps, that would then give all their money to the girls, which was then, given. It basically, I think, I don't know if the Tates took 100% of the money or not, but they made like a shit ton of money off of these guys, which is technically a scam if they're promising services but then not delivering after a transaction has been made. But again, there's the argument to be made that, well, maybe these pathetic cucks deserved it because they're giving these random whores money and expecting shit that they should know is a scam from the start, right? It's kind of like the whole, last year when we had all these people getting scammed from all the crypto people, right? On one hand, everybody felt bad for people getting scammed by influencers. But then on the other hand, you had all these people saying stuff like, well, if you're buying Aiden Ross's Dinky Doink coin and then you get owned by him, you deserve it. Right?
Yes.
So it's one of those situations again. Now, this last clip right here, he said 40% of the reason he moved to Romania was because of Romanian police. I don't know what the fuck that even means in context. I'd have to see more of what that means. That sounds fucking retarded. I don't know why I'd say that. Probably just to stir clips, to be honest, or whatever. I don't know what that clip means, but nonetheless, it's something that he said before or whatever. But probably, I would say, the biggest damning piece of information against Andrew Tate was his Romanian home that got raided by the government, where they found some women, I believe 2 women in there, one of them American, and then the other, I believe, Romanian. They mentioned in the article right here that were reported to have gone missing, which is what Andrew Tate is dealing with right now, which is the current sex trafficking allegation, which of course he denies, but, obviously, even if he's guilty, he's going to deny it. If he's innocent, he's going to deny it either way, so... Take all of this shit with a grain of salt. Take Andrew Tate with a grain of salt. Take these articles with a grain of salt. That's what I'm saying right here. Anyway, you can see here, and all of them are written, by the way, with a bias that he's like a pro-Trump dude. So, and then they talk about his, connections with Paul Joseph Watson and Cernovich. So again, that's what I'm saying, right? These articles, like, they're obviously written for a fucking reason. They have an ulterior motive here. But just to be fair here, just so that we know what we're talking about, where did they mention this? Just talk about the house rating. See, the fact that they even talk about his connections to Trump over that rating It's just retarded. It's insane. Where was it here? I had this shit written down on my paper, but I accidentally deleted it. Romanian newspaper reported that the raid was sparked over reports that an American woman was being held captive at the Tate house. Police found both the American and a Romanian woman in the building during the raid, according to the report. In a statement on the raid to the Daily Beast, a U.S. State Department spokesperson alluded to a reported abduction of an American citizen, but declined to comment further. We are aware of reports of a U.S. citizen held against their will in Romania, the spokesperson said. Due to privacy considerations, we have no further comment. In an interview with the Daily Beast, Tristan Tate disputed the Romanian media report that the police found women in the house who were there against their will. Quote, no girls were found in my house and nobody was arrested, Tate said. Andrew Tate appeared to address the raid in an Instagram picture featuring him smoking a cigar in a stage interrogation room as faux police officers loomed over him. Tate added a caption, "Officer, I think we can all agree that bitches love to lie." So there you go. We got a donation coming in here. Normally I read them at the end of the segment, but I thought this was important. We got Pepe here with a $5. I'm one of Tate's cam girls. This is a cry for help. I'm tired of scamming people like Tipster of their life savings. Please contact the authorities. Fucking aids. Yeah, I know this Andrew Tate stuff is pretty fucking wild. You know what else is wild? Apparently Britney Vintage jumped into the mix earlier today. I saw her and Tom talking about this. This is Mudahar's tweet. By the way, Mudahar is getting a ton of pushback. That you can see like 1,000 quote tweets, a bunch of replies and stuff like this. A lot of people are mad at even a nuanced take on Andrew Tate's banning, which just goes to show you guys the state of affairs we're in right now. We are in such a shit state that you saying, I think this person's shitty, but they have a right to speak, is enough for you to get shit on. This is why, even if, in my opinion, Andrew Tate is a bad guy, and let me just make this abundantly clear, even if Andrew Tate is actually a bad guy, sure, if he gets banned, I'm not gonna fucking cry too hard about it, except I will, because it spells deeper consequences for the rest of us and the rest of the internet, right? Ultimately, let's realize what's going on here, okay? Social media companies have a vested interest in making sure controversial people of this ilk, and you can think a little bit on what I'm talking about here, why these people aren't allowed to grow, okay? Say what you will, but censorship is real, and it's a problem. And it's a problem that nobody wants to fucking address anymore, and even the people that are giving the nuanced take, even people that are giving the, whatever, even they're getting shit on. You know, they banned the sitting president of the United States and nobody gave a fuck. Nobody cared. Nobody fucking cared. And now people get banned again, and then people do care for like a day. They'll be like, holy shit, how is this happening, guys? Trump was banned like a year ago. Obviously anybody is capable of getting banned, and that's the problem here. But nobody wants to address it. Right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Tom. But anyway, this is Britney Vintage here. Instagram and Facebook's reason was him violating violent organization policies. Paul Joseph Watson is friends with Andrew Tate. This is Paul Joseph Watson's former assistant speaking on Tate's involvement in the Romanian mafia. Free speech doesn't protect criminal behavior. That's what Britney Vintage said. Now, it's interesting that she's mentioning Paul Joseph Watson here. If I had... I have speculations. Let's just listen to the audio here.
So from my understanding is he knows Tommy, but he's also a multi-millionaire through webcams and stuff. But IRL, he's actually a multi-millionaire because he launders the Romanian mafia's money, a lot of it. He was a world champion kickboxer.
So allegations of foreign money laundering.
Boxer and martial arts artist. And he's not really political, but he's known in certain right-wing circles. So if that makes sense, the point I'm trying to the guy's he's a legit gangster. So unironically, this guy's like a legit gangster, and if he wanted to, I'm pretty sure he could have people killed.
Jesus. Okay. All hearsay, of course, and that's the thing. That's like. That's the thing that's like the most nuts about all this shit is you have all these people giving hot takes and Andrew Tate on Twitter, and they're saying, well, I mean, he's under investigation for human sex trafficking. And it's like, well, yeah, the keyword there being allegation, right? Like, we went through the whole flamenco situation and we discovered something crazy. It's this crazy concept that allegations are in fact not evidence. Again, I have no doubt in my mind that Andrew Tate's probably sketchy, but should he be banned for that? Like, even if he is, why do social media companies get to dictate, oh, you're a bad person, so you should be off the platform? How is this relevant? Ultimately, of course, they should be utilities, not moral decision makers, but they're going to do that because, again, they have an interest in doing that. Leon Lush and what did Tom say? Leon Lush and CoffeeZilla got pushed back too. Yeah, and I'm surprised, but I'm not surprised. It's more just like disappointing too. You know, I got sent this fucking, speaking of Leon Lush and everyone else, I got sent this tweet here by this no name or whatever. They're irrelevant or whatever, but it's kind of indicative of the attitude that a lot of us are getting for just simply saying like, yeah, this ban is bad, right? So you have 3 takes here. Leon Lush, what a fucking joke social media is. No fan of Tate, but the consistent deplatforming of people that say things you don't like is getting worse and is a net negative. You've got me or whatever. You guys know what my opinion is. Then you got Tom. Hopefully this stuff wakes up Zoomers to how bad deplatforming has gotten. Freedom of speech is slipping away and they are laughing at it. Literally. So then Jackass over here writes, the commentary community complaining about Andrew Tate getting deplatformed is hilarious. He's a misogynist and a homophobe with allegations of sex trafficking and abuse while also having heavy influence on the younger generation. Same thing happened to Alex Jones. 2, it wasn't the earth-shattering moment freedom of speech perverts were thinking. By the way, there's so much to dissect here, but just that phrase alone. Freedom of speech perverts. At the end of the day, the media platform has the decision to do what they want. Move to another platform. If you don't like it, maybe Truth Social is more your cup of tea. Yeah, good one, buddy. Except people do try to make apps that support freedom of speech, and then they get delisted off of the App Store. Right? You ever notice how fucking lefties will always say stuff like, just make your own website. But then when people actually do make their own website, then lefties want to get it deplatformed or, financial support stripped away from it or, DDoS protection removed from it. It's like, they always say stuff like, get on Gab. But if at any point Gab became a powerful social media that could contend against Twitter, do you think lefties would be like, well, at least they're on Gab? No. They would want Gab shut down. They already do want Gab shut down. So this whole idea of them saying, oh, just go to Truth Social. It's like, well, yeah, you're saying that because Truth Social is irrelevant. Nobody uses that shit. But if Truth Social was relevant and people were using it and you could get a message across to all kinds of normies on Truth Social, well, then they would be threatened by it and they'd want Truth Social gone and they would probably succeed in removing it, right? But this whole idea, right? First of all, Andrew taking to platform is hilarious. He's a misogynist. Okay, so he has bad opinions. I don't fucking care. Also, I mean, look, misogynist. Point to me what he's saying, right? He's had some fucking crazy takes out there, but obviously we all know that the whole misogynist thing isn't going to work here, right? It's like, yeah, that's the whole point of freedom of speech is that you're supposed to have all kinds of fucking crazy opinions. Homophobe, this one is new to me, all right? Because, look, Andrew Tate, he could be a homophobe, maybe, I suppose. Still doesn't mean he should get his shit taken away. But I listened to Andrew Tate on Aiden Ross today, and do you know what he was talking about? Aiden Ross asked Andrew Tate if he'd be fine if his son was gay. And Andrew Tate was like, I probably wouldn't care. Which surprised me. I expected a nuclear take. But when he was presented with a question, he didn't even give the homophobic response. So it's like, I don't even know what the argument here anymore is, right? That did surprise me, though. To be fair, I haven't listened to much of Andrew Tate. It's not like I'd, like, fucking worship this guy. You know who listens to Andrew Tate? We have somebody at RFC who's, like, a massive fan of Andrew Tate. I don't know if I want to expose them, though. But regardless, he doesn't seem homophobic to me. But again, even if he was, it's like, okay. And then allegations or whatever. I don't know. It's just the same shit. It's just the same NPC argument. You know? I used to hate the NPC meme, but now I don't anymore. Because the NPC meme is true. It's the same shit you hear every day. Well, you know, Instagram and Facebook are private companies. I don't know, man. I don't buy it. These companies can't be private. They're fucking massive. They're fucking massive. And they have a monopoly on the industry regardless. Because like I said before, if a competitor to Facebook or a competitor to, to Twitter shows up, that's just going to get taken down, right? They have a monopoly on the system. So fuck them. So I don't know. It's just so funny to me. Now, speaking of wild shit that's been going on, let me see here. And then after this, let me look at my docket here. What else do we want to go through? I think we'll go into the Kiwi Farm stuff. Because that shit is fucking hilarious. And apparently shit's going down right now. Hypothetical, say he was a human sex trafficker. Does your opinion change or does it not at all? Well, again, like I said before, if he is confirmed to be a bad dude, then I don't really lose sympathy for Andrew Tate, the man himself, being banned. That being said, I'm still against his ban just based off principle for a couple of reasons. One, I think that it's the precedent argument. It's boring, it's tired. Yeah, I know. But it's true. And I think this precedent is more dangerous than the last one because they're not banning the man, they're trying to ban the idea, you know? So I think this ban is actually way worse than a lot of the other ones in principle because of what it could lead to other people down the future. But also, I don't think that social media platforms should be moral arbiters. I don't think people who are morally corrupt or good people, I don't think that should decide whether or not they get to have a social media account or not. And yeah, by the way, Nick, if you want to hop in, I'm in the open air room right now, the after hours room. Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, so I guess I had this I guess it's a moral question, but I'm not really talking about morality here. Because I don't know where I would stand on this. I think it's an interesting discussion.
It's a difficult one for sure, yeah.
Move Andrew Tate, because those are unsubstantiated allegations, not really worth delving into at the moment. At least because I don't know, I haven't read them, so it wouldn't be a good thing to talk about. Let's take Bill Cosby in the context that a majority of his audience is age, let's say 15 to 25. Okay.
Yeah.
So Bill Cosby, convicted rapist, sex offender, in the context of an age group between 15 and 25, would you advocate for him to be banned or would you defend him based on principle?
Probably on principle, right? Because I'm fine with OJ having a Twitter account, right? And he murdered people, you know? Do you have an issue with OJ having a Twitter account?
So here's the thing. I think that when it comes to sex crimes, sex trafficking and stuff like that,
I will say pedophilia is probably
inherently linked to the social media audience. Like murder, you can kill somebody on the streets any day.
Yeah.
Right?
I will say
you
to
can
that
easily leverage your platform to get those things for this. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that for pedophilia. I don't really
well, if it's
okay.
Murder, let's say he's the YouTube serial killer. Every VidCon he kills somebody.
He's killing people. If he's killing people at VidCon or whatever, I don't know.
It's interesting, right? Because
it is a tricky one.
I don't want that precedent, but maybe I do.
Well, okay.
I don't know.
Look into why YouTube would ban somebody if they killed somebody at VidCon, right?
Well,
they would be
is crime. If you're
they would be banning that
person
person because it's a bad look. This person literally killed somebody that likes just watching YouTube videos and meeting YouTubers. They got murdered at an event by somebody that uses the platform. YouTube would probably want to remove them just because, okay, it's a bad look. If we keep this guy on the platform, regardless, it's a bad look. But it's especially a bad look if he kills somebody at fucking VidCon, right? So that's a different situation.
It's like Austin Jones, because obviously I think that you'd agree when it comes to pedophilia, because that's way more tied. Austin Jones got convicted, YouTube banned him. That's the precedent that's set. If you're convicted of a crime of sexual nature, typically YouTube does ban.
Right.
I don't know if I hate that. Like, I don't know if I'm against that. I don't know, like, cause say Austin Jones is out of jail in fucking.
Well, again, for pedophilia, it's like different because, like, with pedophilia, you can make the argument that, all right, this guy's making a video, probably a fuckload of kids are watching because kids watch everything, right? So if this guy's like a known pedophile, then maybe they should be removed because they have immediate DM access to like a billion kids. Right?
That's the same argument I would make with, like, let's say they're a fucking sex trafficker or they're Bill Cosby and they're putting like
they could traffic their own audience or something. Or
well, yeah, because I mean, a lot of YouTubers like Jake Paul's been accused of having a casting couch where women fly out to fuck him, and sometimes you get a job, sometimes don't.
Yeah. But Jake Paul never got banned from social media after that rape allegation came out against. In fact, I haven't heard
because he wasn't convicted.
Right.
And I mean, his dad. How much pussy do you think Jake Paul's dad is slayed?
But was Tate convicted? Career? The thing that makes Tate's situation.
That's the thing. I'm saying it's an allegation. I'm saying if he's convicted, would you like defend? Like, that's why I use Bill Cosby, convicted sex offender. So like, yeah, we're not talking about like, oh, he's been accused of a crime, because you'll have me agreeing with you there 9,000 times out of 10. But like, yeah, convicted crimes.
Okay, I think the implication is different from like a sex trafficker to like a pedophile. So like a pedophile, they have immediate DM access to like a billion kids that all love that person's content and are probably incredibly easy to manipulate, right? Are you making the argument that somebody who's a sex trafficker has that same reach with women? So they got like a billion women that they have immediate access to that like they can easily manipulate into like trafficking? I feel like the situations are different. I feel like it's a much easier for a pedophile to take advantage of their child audience than a sex trafficker taking advantage of women in their audience.
How we got Me Too in the first place. It was wealthy people in Hollywood leveraging their position of power to like fuck their subordinates, like rape their subordinates.
I mean, ultimately, you want to hear my answer on Tate. If he's convicted guilty of like sex trafficking or whatever, I probably still don't think he should be banned from principle.
Yeah, I'm not really fixated
but
on Tate.
I'm not going to fucking cry or anything. It is an interesting hypothetical because it does, you know, it does test your limits, right? If one thing's okay, then what about the other thing, right?
Yeah. And as somebody in the chat brings up a good point, EDP 445 is outside of that bounds. EDP hasn't been convicted of any crime. But
I will say, I think that
overwhelming that he's guilty.
If Tate was convicted and then banned on top of that, even if principally, if I have an issue with that, I'm probably not gonna fucking be. I probably wouldn't have done this segment. You know what I mean? I probably wouldn't have been like.
I think if I know, like, even in an EDP situation where he's not been convicted, but the evidence is so overwhelming that it's inconceivable that he can be innocent. Like, it would have to be either a conviction or EDP level evidence where we got the guy on camera trying to meet the child. You know what I mean? I almost don't think I would give a flying fuck if that person got banned from everything.
Well, yeah, because it's just like a extremely morally reprehensible person getting thrown off the platform, right? Are you gonna sit there and be like, no, fuck?
Yeah.
No, I think this ban is different though because they fucked him over specifically for alleged criminal involvement
he's
before.
A misogynist. He's hurting a generation of boys. Yeah,
well,
I agree. 100%.
I think that's the real reason they banned him.
Yeah, me too.
I think that's probably more the case. And I'm not surprised at all. I just think that given his unique growth strategy, I think that's going to be a problem, you know? Because Tom said earlier, Andrew Tate actually does have a YouTube channel, but I've seen Tate's speech before. I thought that was just some fan account that just restreamed all his shit. Is that actually Tate's account?
I'm not big into the Andrew Tate lore, but it might be.
I've only started learning about Tate like a while ago. They have a Twitch account too. So, well, if this is Tate's account, then why does he always say that he has no social media account? If he does, right?
I'm not the big Giga. I'll let the chat
You're not a big
know,
misogynist, Nick? Come on now.
Unfortunately, I'm not the secret RFC person who's a huge fan of Andrew Tate.
Well,
I haven't watched them. I don't really have an opinion.
If I told you guys, y'all wouldn't be surprised. I'm just saying.